What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button and subscribe. It is the 31st day of March, and here we are sitting at about $469 with roughly 10 hours and 46 minutes left in the day. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, okay? I want to go over something in the charts, a little thing that I posted yesterday on X, just to paint some perspective here, okay? So let's see. Yeah, Kita's on fire, by the way, you guys. I'm actually kind of curious where are we at right now. 22 cents, yeah. Doing good. Let's see. X, that's what we were on. Right. Right here. Okay, so showing this, and I don't know if I used the best words. I know what I mean by my words, but I feel like words are difficult sometimes. Clearly what I'm showing here is the monthly time frame on Bitcoin Cash or for Bitcoin Cash and the RSI and how it's reacting with this 50 level. We can see here for Bitcoin Cash, we look at the monthly time frame and the RSI, we are at this level where we found support before, once, a little bit below it twice, 3 times, 4 times. And we found resistance in this area in the past, but 4 times in recent history. Each one of those attempts from the relative low where the RSI was, I measured this low instead of the absolute low. This pump was actually a little bit greater than 140%, but that's not the point. 320%, 134%, 140%, something in that range, statistically speaking, might be possible or even probable, dare I say. I took a percentage growth smaller than anything else that we've seen here, a little bit smaller, and you can see that that would put us at about $1,000, okay? So this is clearly not the measure move. I'm going from a minimalistic, conservative point of view, as in, like, what would this kind of reaction, if we saw what we've seen before over the last, like, really, like, 2 years now, 3 years almost, actually, what would we do here? Could we do the same? And if we did, what does that mean? And what that means for the price, and I show you here in this second picture, is that we'd see any of these two targets. Now that's a big jump, right? How do we go from this type of growth to $1,000 to potentially something that's at $1,600 to $4,300? How do we make that jump so quickly? Well, because not only would we be getting the same bounce that we've seen on this RSI since July, August of 2023 for like 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, but we would also be breaking out of this range. We'd be breaking out of this range. I would expect if we break out of this range, that's why I have this trend line here, that would embody the move that we've been waiting for that breaks us out of this. If we're breaking out of this range here, we're breaking out of this range here, we're breaking out of this range here, right? That it's all the same. It's all the dominoes falling at the same time there with one swift movement. And if we do that, the target areas that come to play, come to mind, at least my mind, would be this high or this high and anything in between. And the reason why I think we'll probably see something in between, I mean, if we take a high to low here, we do have our golden ratio stuff here. We do have our primary fib extension zone here. We probably find some momentary resistance along the way, but I do think that we'd continue. I would expect that we get into the secondary zone, which is the 1886 to the 2618, which just happens to be encapsulated by these two highs. Not only that, but if we take the last cycle's high to this cycle's low, to the bear market's low there, the 1272 is also right here in this range, and we could go higher. The reality is, and I didn't feel like saying it in here, the reality is we obviously could see higher targets, but this is what we're working with. And I know, guys, we've been here before. We've talked about this before. We might, if this is our next rally, we might send it here, and this could happen over the summer or even before the summer. It could happen like that. It took us less than 2 months to move all the way up here last time from this exact same price. It can happen. We moved up here 2 months later, we were up here. It can definitely happen before June. Maybe we continue to consolidate and it's later this year, it's Q4 that we make that movement. I don't know, but I can't help but get excited whenever I see these kind of readings. So we're just starting off talking about the monthly time frame to kind of dissect yesterday's post there. Anyways, here we are at 471 and climbing. 10 hours, 41 minutes left in the day. I might have to buy some more Bitcoin Cash, man. I knew I should have bought some here at the low. This candle did have me a little bit perturbed. I was wondering if we would come down and get a fake out low. But at the end of the day, it's like we're in this range, man. I don't care if you're buying the top of this range or the bottom of this range. It's all this. You bought here in a move that's about to send us up. The reality of what I'm trying to get to is this move up, this breakout to the sky might be more robust than we're giving it credit for. Talking about 500 to 580. Maybe we go above 600 in one fell swoop, dude. Maybe we just rip all the way up to $800, $900, $1,000. Like, it could be by the end of April that we're sitting at $1,000 or more. Genuinely, like we're in that type of environment right now. It might not feel like it, but that's the reality of it. And any day now, from this range, we are about to break out. Now, getting out of the stratosphere, coming back down to earth a little bit, touching the ground, step-by-step process would imply that we would likely go from this area probably up to the golden ratio zone, if not somewhere in this area. We take this high here to this low. The golden ratio of this move is right there at about 520 to 530. That's a completely acceptable target. We might move right up to 520, 530, find resistance, come back down, and then move up to this area. Typically, whenever we go from our golden ratio or any kind of price action down to our 069 like we did here, we do rip right back up to the golden ratio. Typically we do. So it could be step by step, more methodical. It could be completely robust here. It could be even more eccentric than that. We could see some crazy movement. But I do believe that we're going to break out of this zone here and move upwards. If we are, these are your target areas to first consider. And that's anything between about $650 to $510 at a minimum and at a maximum. Anything is acceptable. And of course, I do believe we'll move through all of them in time. It's just how are we going to move? That's the whole point of what I'm saying here is how are we going to move? Is it going to be methodical? Is it going to be completely explosive? Either way, it's going to be good. I'm excited to see. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're trying to buy Bitcoin Cash below $500, these are probably our final days, or at least some of them, right? These are some of the better opportunities to invest in Bitcoin Cash, like for the rest of your life. Not just right now in this bear market. For Bitcoin, it's a bear market. For Bitcoin Cash doesn't actually have a bear market yet, you guys. We haven't established a bear market. We've been in a crab market since April of 2024. It's April of 2026 now. So for 2 years, we've been in a crab market. We've actually not seen a bear market. And Bitcoin Cash is outperforming by far. It's outperforming Bitcoin and other cryptos compared to where the bull market started and just compared to the past few months as well. It'll be interesting to see what develops from this. We look at the daily time frame here. And again, we've been moving choppy sideways for so long that the RSI is pretty neutral. Stochastics are sloppy. The MACD has been green for a while, and we are getting up toward these areas where you might expect to find resistance. This is another reason why I kind of held off on buying, although it's like should just buy anyways. Because what if we do break out to the downside? Well, we're probably going to get a fake out low, and we'll still move back up. It's probably not going to be that dramatic. But I digress. Looking at the weekly time frame, weekly RSI is at the same levels here that you were back here, that you were back here, that you were back here, that you were back here. This, of course, dates back to the beginning, actually the very end of 2022. You were at a low point here. You were at a low point here. We were at the 50 here on our low point. We were at a low point here. We didn't move up immediately, but we still moved up later. We're at a low point here, and I'm going to guess, it's a wild guess, but I'm going to guess we're at a low point here. Just based off that weekly RSI. So being at 467, even if we move down to 407, we're still probably at a low point. 367, 341 might be the lowest I could see us going to. That would be the golden ratio retracement. My expectation, if we were to see something that low, would be that we move up immediately afterwards. But I don't expect that we go that low, personally, because we have this trend line holding us up. And I don't think we'll go, we could go below $400, but I don't think that we'll go too much below $400. I mean, we look at this, let's just make sure. I mean, I'm a little bit off. Hold on. Something like that. Maybe not. Maybe we can't even go below 400. Yeah, like 410, something like that. And if we went to 410, that would be just a slightly lower low here. It'd be enough to scare people, shake people out, and then we move up. I mean, I could definitely see that happening. Probably form some bullish divergence and stuff like that. I don't really have anything else to say. That's why I'm rambling. I want to look at the short-term stuff real quick because we do have a little bit of movement, so why not? We ate that back pretty quickly. Stochastics look bullish. The MACD looks bullish. The RSI wants to be bullish, but it's reluctant. You look like you're going to break free a little bit here, but we might be pulling back. So by the time you guys watch this, maybe we're back down around 460 or something like that. 4-hour time frame here. RSI is looking sharp. It's kind of in a neutral posture, but I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to move up. Same thing with the stochastics. And the MACD is just useless because we're choppy and sideways. So I'm thinking we do move up over the coming days by the end of this week. And really, I think April's going to be a good month. How good is the question? I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed if by the end of April we're only in this area. But there's a real chance, guys, that we could have something special brewing here. And we'll see. I'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.